It's 3:19 here on The Shift on this Thursday afternoon, August 28th. And, it was interesting to hear of this new survey. It's a 2024 Public Service Employee Survey asking federal government employees, lots of questions about their satisfaction with their workplace, their leadership, their well-being, their compensation. And employees at CBSA, the Canada Border Services Agency, and CSIS, which is Canada's Security Intelligence Service, seem to be the least likely to recommend their place as a great place of work. And Mark Weber is the national president of CIU and joins us now to talk about it. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Tell me I guess let's talk about the survey in general. This survey is really kind of looking at people in all walks of public service, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right across the public service.
And just talking about trying to find out how everyone's feeling about where things are at in their workplace?
Yeah, it's not new. It's been done for a few years. We've been pretty steadily last or close to the bottom every year. I don't know if that makes us the winner or loser there, but the results are pretty abysmal again this year.
And as you're president of the Customs and Immigration Union, I'm sure that firsthand you hear a lot from your members at CBSA.
Regularly, yeah, it is. There's a lot that needs to be fixed there. It's obviously, you can see from the results, not an ideal place to work. We've got a lot of challenges for sure.
Tell me, why does this surprise you that they're hearing in this survey from your members that they're really the least likely to say, yeah, come work for us?
No, I mean it's been consistent for so long, and as a union, the frustrating part is bringing issues forward, and nothing really seems to change. We have a work atmosphere with really heavy-handed discipline. The ratio of managers to officers is absolutely. I'm trying to find a nicer word than crazy, but we have workplaces with as many superintendents as officers processing travelers. Our members bring forward, issues around technology taking over a lot of their jobs, them being prevented from doing the kind of interdiction work they want to do. It's a really frustrating atmosphere for a lot of dedicated people to work in. They want to keep Canadians safe. They want to do their job. They take a lot of pride in what they do, and they're really stopped from doing it a lot of the time. It's unfortunate.
It sounds, I know that, just in our area, I hear a lot of talk about, a lot of overtime and that because they're just short-staffed. It seems all the time and has been for quite some time. And yet you're saying there's also a grand number of management as well out there that are working but not doing the jobs that need to be done.
Yeah, it's a situation that keeps getting worse. We brought it to the CBSA's attention year after year. We see those management numbers just continue to increase. Yet our frontline numbers don't really seem to go up. We're asked to process more with less people. I think, a lot of the CBSA plan is to replace people with technology, but that really doesn't work. If we're really serious about interdiction and doing what we're really at the border to be doing, machines don't really do that. You need people in place.
What would be, I guess, I'm not sure after we talked about this, what would be the worst thing that your members are finding at work besides the fact that, they're short-staffed and there's maybe far too many management people there?
General atmosphere, kind of lack of focus on really doing what we're there to do, which is the interdiction work. Again, really heavy-handed discipline. It's the kind of workplace where you kind of have someone monitoring you all day, and you are often outnumbered by the people supervising you. Those people supervising aren't processing the travelers that you are working that endless overtime to get through. Those numbers have really gotten out of whack. I think return to office mandates have contributed to those results as well. During COVID, we had a lot of people working completely remotely, and we heard from the CBSA how productivity was up, how wonderful everything was working with remote work, and COVID's over, and now it's more and more back to the office, really for no reason. If we can do the job, many of those jobs just as well from home, a lot of our members would prefer to continue working from home if they could, too.
I think down here in our area, because we have two border crossings, so we think of CBSA mostly as officers on the front line in those booths or, tracking commercial traffic with trucks and things like that, we don't think of the fact that there's a lot of people out there who are office workers who could be working from home.
Yeah, back end, there's a lot. There's more than just the front line. I mean, Windsor's obviously, Canada's biggest land border, very busy. Travel numbers are down, I think, about a third now with what's happening with our relationship with the U.S., right? We'll see if that changes. But Windsor's the kind of place where you could work almost unlimited overtime if you wanted, which, again, is really taxing, right? You do as much as you can, and you try to do a good job, but there's never enough people to get it done.
It's taxing and also expensive to taxpayers when you think of the amount of money being spent on overtime.
I mean, it is, and then you're an officer on the line, and you see the way the place is being run, and, you look over, and there's 7, 8 superintendents sitting in an office processing no one without too much at all to do. I think it's really something that needs to be looked at. The CBSA has been kind of mandated by the government to find 2% savings this year. I really think that's the first place they need to look. You could lose half the managers you have there. You still wouldn't need to hire another one for a decade. I mean, they're drowning in managers.
Yeah. I don't know. It's something. It's unfortunate. It's not how a private business would ever be run at all. And I don't know if it's just because that it's government run that it's been allowed to be kind of out of balance and out of whack.
I think that has a lot to do with it. And as the officer working the line, who the people who largely fill out that survey, I think that speaks to the results. It's a lot of frustration. I think. Especially officers working at airports now, but we see more and more plans at land borders as well to increase the use of technology to limit our interaction with travelers, really to limit our ability to interdict, to find the person trying to smuggle. That's really frustrating. That's why you get into this line of work. You want to keep Canadians safe. It's really hard to just kind of watch people self-declare to a machine and walk out the door.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of sad that there's that feeling there that there's obviously a huge morale problem.
It is. It's hard to see. It makes the workday long. Again, we do the best we can. People do it for the work, I don't think it would take much to make workplaces a lot better at the CBSA. It just takes the organizational will to do that, and maybe for a change, listen to what people are saying, listen to those survey results, and try to make real change.
Right, true. Mark, I appreciate you coming on to talk to us about this. We do have a lot and a growing number of CBSA workers here, of course, with the new bridge coming too. So it's an important issue here.
A pleasure, anytime.
Thank you. That's Mark Weber, National President of the Customs and Immigration Union. They represent the members with the CBSA, Canada Border Services Agency.